This video is made for adult collectors because I'm not making that joke. This is a stupid ass song. So people were upset that Mirage was a Porsche 911, but he was once also not an F1 car in the past. He was a boat. A man wearing a boat. God, this figure's so weird. So in Energon, Tidal Wave, spoiler alert, dies or whatever and becomes this boatman and just kind of announces that he's Mirage now while flying into battle. I believe the line was like, Tidal Wave is dead, I'm Mirage now, as he just flies in. It's such a weird way to introduce a new toy into the big marketing ad that was Transformers Energon. Before I get any further though, sponsor time. This video is brought to you by Try Treats. Try Treats is a snack box subscription service thingy that sends snack boxes to your door from different countries once a month. They sent over a box from Colombia this time, which was neat. We haven't gotten Colombia yet. And as usual, I have food allergies, so my dad's gonna try to eat them.
Made with yucca flour. Yucca flour.
Are you sure you're pronouncing that correctly?
Yes. Not bad at all. They're not heavy. They're not like potato chip kind of thing. Which
They look like Cocoa Puffs.
they kind of do, but they're very bland in flavor, but they're good.
It's wafer. You like that one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
I don't think anybody else is getting this one.
Did you say ASMR?
When the camera's off, I'm going to eat the rest of these.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
Yeah? So using the link below and code THATTOYGUY in all caps, you'll save about 15% off on your first box, which is always nice. So thank you very much for sponsoring today's video. Now back to the actual toy. So Energon Mirage is covered in kibble and looks very strange because it's legit just two massive shells hanging off of him. And that can look good, all Beast Wars Neo Dead End like, but here it just kind of drags the toy down a bit. However, if you angled them correctly, it does look like coattails, which is pretty cool. This being a Unicron Trilogy toy, the plastic feels so damn good. Even for today, after almost 20 years of existing, nothing's gotten loose or broken and the plastic feels very nice. However, the new Mirage is not the only version of the character that suffers from clear plastic problems. This guy has it in the weirdest places. So the neck plate, why? Why is it like this? It's such a thin plate on a hinge with a swivel and a very thin tab, and it doesn't need to be clear, and I don't know why it is, and it doesn't fill me with confidence. This strut holding the guns on, that thing is just a twig, and it has 4 springs in it, also doesn't fill me with confidence. And then finally, the boat parts on the side are on clear clip thingies and clear ball joints, and again, no confidence. And why do I say all of that? Well, that's because I have friends who have had this thing and theirs have broken in the clear parts, or I see them on eBay with bits broken off on the clear parts. It's pain. Though I will say mine feels very solid and I'm not super worried about it because everything doesn't feel like it's going to break, but having seen it broken before, it is a point of worry. I do like the purple and the bits of bronze. I really like that bronze color, especially on the thighs and the torso, and I like how the plastic bronze matches almost perfectly to the painted bronze. They did a pretty good job at trying to color match that, especially for the time. But the gray is a tad bit of brown mixed into it, and it looks... I mean, it's not as bad as the word I'm going to use makes it seem, but I can't think of any other word right now, so it looks a tad gross to me. Like, it's just a shade that's so strange and reminds me of old stale wood. It's very weird. He does have some features in this mode, the aforementioned spring out cannons mixed with the arm ones that make for a pretty deadly arsenal. They also do fire, by the way. I know that because while writing this, I accidentally shot myself in the face. But there are also lights and sounds, sort of. So he makes a lot of, well, I say a lot, but I've only been able to discover one noise that he makes. I don't know if he makes any more. Someone will probably tell me in the comments, but there's a switch. I was gonna make a lot of noise. There's a switch back here, and you pull this switch and the cannons come up and they make a sound. Now you notice it got stuck there, right? Oh, shut up. It's because I don't have child fingers, and this gap is meant for like child fingers. So like adult fingers, this stuff gets caught in there, but yeah. it's that sound, and it sounds weird. Also, yesterday, I had written the script for this thing, and then I was writing the script for another toy because I wanted to do a video on another toy, obviously. That's what I do. And for some strange reason, he decided to just start going off next to me. Like, I think this was slightly undone, and it just was triggering the mechanism just to go make, well, this noise. Like, it was stuck. It just kept doing that. It was very annoying. So after this video, I'm taking the batteries out. Now, Mirage's articulation is actually something that's quite interesting, especially for a Unicron Trilogy toy, because he has some very cool stuff. First, let's... Shut up. So the head can rotate left and right, not on a ball joint. Honestly, I'm kind of glad for that because of how thin this panel is. The shoulders are kind of stupid because they don't peg in anywhere. They're just sort of relying on these little tabs hanging out to hug everything, and it doesn't hug it properly, so the shoulders can rotate. A full 360, but if you start rotating them out, they do that. All Thrilling 30 Blitzwing-like. So what I do is I just hold it here, and then it works. You got, well, okay, this doesn't peg in at all, but the in and out is actually here. So you got in and out there, and then you have in and out there, and then in and out burgers if you're hungry. You got bicep rotation. You have out of focus. Below the elbow swivel as well, so you got, that's technically a wrist joint, which is really cool. You have a double elbow, also very nice. You have waist rotation, kind of. It does get blocked a little bit, but you do have waist rotation. And then side-to-side pivot. That's more for transformation, but you can actually access it, and that's cool. However, there's this massive hole in his torso right here. I know that'll bug some people. These are on double ball joints, so they can pretty much move however you want them to. But you can also, a little difficult, but you can take them off. They just slide off the rail. Slide off the rails. So if you don't want them there, you can take them off all Unicron-like. I personally keep them on because his backpack's really heavy, even with them off. And when you want to balance him, they're great for just touching the ground and balancing him. You can also swing them up. I've seen people do this. So you can do that if you want to as well. You can pretty much put them however you want. They get out of the way quite well. Then for the hips, they only go forward one click, which is annoying. They don't go back at all because of the stuff here. They can go out. That's a nice ratchet. You got thigh rotation. 90-degree bend at the knee. And then the feet can go down if you want to. I don't know. But he's pretty good. He's pretty posable. I like it. He get into a lot of nice dynamic poses, even though he doesn't have ankle tilts, because these balance... I call them balance parts, but they're just leftover alt mode bits. Can help him stand. But you can get him into some very nice poses. Also, these can fold out as well, if you want them to. That's more for transformation in the other mode, but, you know. They can do all that. Yay. Annoying noise.
So Mirage looks like a weirdo and plays like a weirdo. Now on to that boat, man. Oh man, we need more boat transformers. Legacy Sea Spray when? Question mark? Sam, Mark, Ben, Evan, Sea Spray, please?
Okay, Mirage's transformation. Why does my lighting seem like it's slightly off? Oh, there we go. That seems to have fixed it. Mirage's transformation is a bit of a mess. I'll just show you. So to start with, shut up. I'm gonna leave the kibble flaps on actually, because that's a good indicator of how bad this is gonna be. To start with, we're going to quickly fold the feet in, like that, ow, like that, and then just leave them there. Then you wanna untab the head very carefully, so you don't wanna break the clear plastic clip piece here. That is very commonly... Oh, shut the hell up. There you go. Fold all that out. Spin this around. Spin this around. There we go. Now the upper torso. Bring this section up. Make sure the head's down. Accordion it. It will accordion out. And then get all this stuff out of the way. 180 degrees. Like so. On the torso hinge thingy that I was talking about earlier. Then... trying to see where I am here. There is a peg at the bottom of his shoulder piece that pegs into the legs. So you gotta get all that lined up properly. There we go. Slide the hands in, which they have mini con pegs, so you can plug mini cons into them. Fold the arms up and over. There we go. So that they look like this. So we'll just struggle to do the same thing on the other side here. There we go. Then you take the front of the boat, straighten it out, fold it up. And then you take the sides of the boat, and then, oh, for crying out. Oh. You want to take these first and make sure that they are this way. Make sure that they are this way. And then bring this, oh my good lord. Bring that front section up. Bring these forward. Then they will slide into here. So you just take it without firing the missile. And you slide it into there. And then slide it into there. Like so. Peg the whole thing together. Make sure it's all nice and tight. This takes a little bit to peg in at the front on my copy. It's kind of annoying. You can hear that, right? Something never lines up properly, and this is always split. But hey, boat mode. You have a boat now.
Not the most pleasant conversion, but it leads to a very sick-ass boat mode. That is actually a very cool looking attack boat with the deck that actually looks walkable. The cockpit section thingy, I don't know what it's called on a boat. I don't know boat terms. The fins on the side and the way the hull is super solid. It may have dragged the bot mode down a bit by having just those two massive hull sections on the side. But it really helps sell this as a robot in disguise because there's hardly any unnecessary panel lines around it because there are one specific shape. Now, it doesn't float, and no, I'm not going to try. There are batteries in this shit. I'm not electrocuting myself just for a funny gag. It is a pretty decent size too, though. Not as big as Tidal Wave, which was a bit weird, I thought, but it's not small either. I just wish the toy was huge, like Tidal Wave. It would have been nice. My only real complaint with the alt mode is at the back section here with the arms. I wish they pegged together because they have that little tiny gap between them and it looks a bit strange. Now you can fold the arm cannons out and the center ones up for extra attack power and it looks dumb but also awesome at the same time. It's a very weird toy with some very weird problems, and I'd only recommend it if you can find it cheap. I think I paid like $20 to $30 for this, but I do still like having it, and it's fun to mess with, just so long as you're careful around those clear parts, because yeah, with how many of those things I've seen that have started to break recently due to age, I'm kind of on touching it again after this video, but we shall see. That's my look at Energon Mirage. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.